Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Haley. So today I wanted to come to you guys with a type of video that I love watching, and that's a pantry tour. Here I'm going to show you guys. I have my dinner menu, and don't mind me, my husband's filming and it's a little tight space in here, although I probably shouldn't say that because some of you are probably like, are you kidding me, this pantry's huge, and I am very grateful for it. So we have this menu here. It's kind of a mess, but you know what, this is real life. I've got dinner menu, lunch menu, and breakfast menu. Now this does not mean this is exactly what I'm cooking, but this is more of my idea board, and my family can have an idea of what's going on, and I have an inventory of what's in my fridge and pantry. So right now for the rest of this week, we've got hot dogs on the menu, spaghetti on the menu, and then I just listed here some of the vegetables that I have on hand that I need to use up: cabbage and asparagus. So I know that when we make these meals, I'd like to put one of those vegetables on the side with that. Lunch menu is mostly for my daughter, so she can have an idea of what she can eat. There's lots of options, and I'm trying to get her to be self-sufficient. If you missed my intro video, my daughter's 15 years old. She's almost 16, and I want her to start cooking a lot of her own meals. So I put some ideas here. I started the coconut shrimp because that's something that I'm personally going to make today. And if I can, I'm going to film it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Breakfast menu, that's basically just, again, a note to my daughter of what she can have for breakfast this week. We've got plenty of eggs, so she can have those any way she likes, and sandwich. If she'd like a breakfast sandwich, she can do that. This little clip here is my inventory, and I'm planning on doing a future video explaining more about my inventory, but this is basically all the meals that I know we have prepped and ready in our freezer, and I'll talk more about that in another video. So over here, we've got at the top, we've got our old-fashioned ice cream maker. We've got lots of storage containers. My daughter likes to make cookies for people. She has a cookies business where she sells cookies, and then just we like to keep these on hand for if we want to deliver cookies to neighbors, stuff like that. Right here, you may be thinking, why do y'all have toolboxes in your pantry? So we actually use these as medicine boxes. Since we are licensed to foster, we're required to have medicine locked up in these boxes. We currently do not have any foster placements, so we just leave the lock here. But if we were to have a foster placement, we would have to go ahead and lock that and keep everything locked up. Right here on this next shelf, we've got our canned goods. Coconut oil is what I like to cook with. I also like to use avocado oil. So we've got a big tub of that from Costco. These corn tortillas we don't use very often because in our house we eat pretty low carb. I would say almost borderline keto. My husband and I have done keto or low carb for a very long time, but this was kind of a splurge item for me to make some pulled pork tacos. So let's see what else. Band-Aids should be up here. We've also got down here some ketones. So again, going along with the keto, my husband is a little more on the keto end of low carb, and he drinks these ketones pretty often. I can't tell you a lot about them, but I will try and link some information in the description box in case you're interested in learning more about that. So let's see what else. So this is just kind of like some random stuff. We've got our trash can. We've got I think this is a George Foreman, I think. Yeah, so we'll make pressed hamburgers or sandwiches on that. We've got 2 bags of chips down here, so my daughter eats like just we get the H-E-B brand. You guys, they taste just as good as the Lay's brand, and they're a lot cheaper. So for myself, I have these pork rinds. Now, the ingredients in these are not my favorite, but they're not horrible. So this is what I have for just in a pinch whenever I'm going to school. Let's go moving over here. We've got our plasticware for whenever people come over. If we've got a lot of people and I don't feel like doing dishes, then I'll pull those out. A pitcher. We've got dog treats, and I'm just not going to move these because if I do, the dogs will hear me and they'll start coming running. Oh, I hear one coming right now. She heard the word. On this next shelf, we've got a little Lazy Susan here. I've got cocoa powder and PB2, some honey, chia seeds, prunes, stuff like that. Peanut butter. We've got all our chips here, mostly pork rinds. We did have an event recently and we had some leftover tortilla chips, so we kept those on hand. Sometimes we splurge for the barbecue chips. We like the kettle cooked. These are some of my favorite pork rinds. These are the salt and vinegar ones. So good. And then we keep our baggies down here, and those are just some extra paint buckets from painting our house. So moving on over up here, and this is where I really like to make some labels for these. We've got, this is like our baking basket. We've got baking soda, baking powder, cream of tartar. Ooh, you guys, if you've ever made your own fruit gummies, this is really good to make them sour. This is the Fruit and Fresh Produce Protector. There's a name for this. Why is it not? Okay, I'm sorry. If I remember, I will put it in the description, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. But it's like this white powder stuff that makes it taste like sour gummies, which is really good. We do have some olive oil on hand in case we need it for baking, but I try not to use it very often because the smoke point is not as high as coconut oil or avocado oil. And then in these baskets here, I've got our alternative sweeteners. We like to use Swerve, sometimes a monk fruit. So we've got some brown sugar, confectioner sugar, granulated. This one's Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. And the one next to it, we've got all our nuts. So almonds, we've got sliced almonds, roasted almonds, whole almonds, coconut, walnuts, all that kind of stuff. Great healthy fats. Next shelf, we've got a little bit of fruit, lots of avocados. We love to eat avocados. It's a great healthy fat, and Costco had them on sale. So we bought a bunch of those, spaghetti squash. Down here, we've got some more snacks. They're looking a little bare right now. We've been trying to hold off to go to the store. My daughter takes these granola bars to school with her. We've got some random crackers, and this is usually full of some keto or low carb granola bars. This is one of our favorites, the Quest Hero bar, but it's kind of getting bare now. Got some extra paper plates down here. Now let's move on to the other side. So on this other side, we've got our air fryer and our Instapot crock pot. We've got our toaster. We just store these all in here and then move them out when we need. We've also got some leftover pumpkins from Thanksgiving, Halloween time. I've been saving them in case I decide I want to make something with them. Those will last a long time, guys. We've got some Lily's chocolate. This, if you are low carb, this is our favorite chocolate. This is keto friendly. Salted caramel, hazelnut, original dark chocolate. They've got milk chocolate. They've got peppermint. It's kind of hard to find, but it's really good. So lots of different options there. We also have these on hand. We like to make pudding. We'll use the sugar-free kind. These are for a pinch. These are pretty good, but you guys, the ingredients are awful for you. But walnut fudge brownie mix. It's like a keto-friendly cake. It does taste good. It's not great for you, but it does taste good. So we keep that for a pinch. Let's see. We also have in this bin different keto-friendly chocolates. So these are all sugar-free chocolates. I highly recommend the Lily's brand. And then we also have some semi-sweet on hand for when my daughter is doing her baking baked goods for sale. So these are also Marshmallows. These are sugar-free marshmallows. They're kind of hit or miss. Some people love them. Some people don't care for the taste. But if you're looking for an alternative, that's something you could try out. I believe you can find them on Amazon. In this next one, we've got some organic edamame spaghetti. So if you are low carb, this is a pretty good option. It's not too high. And then some ramen noodles. Now, these are not low carb or keto friendly, but I keep those on hand for my daughters just occasionally to have some ramen. I like to buy that better than the 97-cent ramen noodles because the ingredients in this is much better and I can choose what seasonings go into it. We've got some oats. We use those sometimes for cookies or my daughter to make oatmeal. Up here we have all of our gluten-free flours. So we've got organic coconut flour, some more coconut flour, almond flour, And this is one I have not tried yet, but I got it. Paleo powder grain-free breadless breading. So I'm thinking this would be really good to make some like chicken tenders or something with. So I just got that recently. We'll try that out. Here we've got Swerve Sweets Pancake Mix. So again, this is a low carb. I would say, let's see. 2 pancakes has 11 net carbs. So around 5-6 carbs per pancake. It's kind of high, but if you're wanting a pancake and you're on keto, this I would say is the best box mix that I have found. And at the very top, we have some more baked goods that we don't really use very much. Baking stuff. We have oat fiber in here. We've got some flax seeds, xanthan gum, MCT oil powder, yeast for rising bread. We haven't used that in a very long time. So just that kind of random stuff. We don't use that often. All right, now let me move you around to the other side of our pantry. It's going to get a little bit darker in here. I've got our cute little aprons in the back here. This up here is baking stuff that is not really keto friendly that we don't use very often. But inside here we've got sprinkles and ice cream salt. This I'm actually going to open up to show you guys if I can get it open with one hand. I highly recommend, if you like to bake, getting yourself some of these. So we've got all these silicone molds, I guess you could say. This is how I make my own gummy bears. Super easy and really good. We've got little heart-shaped ones. We've got rose-shaped ones. We've got gummy worms in here. These are great for making keto candy bars. So all kinds of good stuff. Coming down, we have baking pans, baking extra containers, and mason jars. We have our blender in here. We don't use the blender very much anymore, so I just kind of keep it stashed away here, and when we want it, we can pull it out. A dehydrator, some extra bags, extra containers. I just recently got these lunch containers, and I'm loving them. These are great for making homemade Lunchables, so I highly recommend. I found these on Amazon. If I can, I'll link them below. Then we've got our reusable bags. I try to remember to bring these to the grocery store with me, but lately I've been forgetting a lot. So I put this bag together as a go bag to just grab and go real quick. And some more bags, and that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pantry tour. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Have a good week.